All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into the trailers for the fictional Avengers Doomsday, because it looks like Marvel might be hiding the entire plot of the movie right under our noses.
So, it all kicked off with this super cryptic social media post from the directors themselves, the Russo brothers. They basically told us that what we've been watching, they aren't just trailers, they're stories. And more than that, they're clues.
Right, that's the big question. Well, an incredible analysis from the Canadian lad over on YouTube has pieced it all together, and they've uncovered 4 massive details that might just solve this entire puzzle. So yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so the first major clue, it's the idea that these 4 trailers aren't just separate ads. No, if you watch them in order, they actually combine to tell one single 4-part story, and it's all about the fundamental cycle of life.
This right here lays out the secret timeline Marvel seems to be walking us through. So trailer 1 gives us birth, right? We see Steve Rogers' son. Then trailer 2 is all about survival, with a really desperate Thor praying for more strength. Trailer 3, that's death, and we get Magneto's chilling warning that it comes for us all. And it all wraps up with trailer 4, which explores the afterlife as we hear Shuri talking about preparing her people for what comes next. But you know, this hidden story isn't just some clever theme. It's pointing to something way, way bigger. And that leads us directly to our second clue, which suggests that one single choice made by a hero has created a catastrophic consequence for the entire multiverse.
And this is where it gets really wild. The central theory is that Captain America's happy ending, his choice to go back and live a full life in the past, is the direct cause of the universe's brand new nightmare.
Think about it this way. What if Steve, building that perfect life in one timeline, threw everything else out of balance? The theory goes that for Steve to gain his life, someone else, in this case, Victor Von Doom, had to completely lose his. And now, he's back for revenge.
And we are not talking about some small-time villain here. The scale of Doom's revenge is just immense. We're talking about a threat so powerful it forces Thor, a literal god, to get on his knees and beg for strength. Magneto's warning hints at devastating losses. We could be losing some major characters. And Shuri's talk of the afterlife? That could be a direct reference to Battleworld, an entire reality that is completely controlled by Doom. All right, clue number 3. This is where we get into that classic Marvel misdirection that we all know and love. The theory suggests the editors are using some really clever cuts to hide a massive character reunion that absolutely nobody saw coming. So check this out. It all boils down to this one little sequence where Steve Rogers pulls up to Peggy's house. On the surface, it's a touching moment. But if you look really close, a bunch of key details just don't add up, which suggests we are not seeing what we think we're seeing. First off, Steve is shown driving on this rough gravel road, but Peggy's house clearly has a clean, paved street. His white t-shirt, it isn't reflected in the glass panel on the door. The grass around the house is suddenly gone. And here's the biggest one. The gift box he was carrying on his bike just vanishes by the time he walks inside. Come on, these aren't just mistakes. So what does all this mean? It means the shot of Steve parking his bike and the shot of him walking up the steps are from 2 completely different scenes. So where is he really going? Well, that gravel entrance looks almost identical to Tony Stark's house from Endgame, which could mean we're about to get brand new scenes with both of these iconic heroes. Okay, our final clue is a little different. It's not something you see, it's something you hear, hidden deep in the audio of that second trailer. And it hints at a massive, totally game-changing evolution for the God of Thunder. We see Thor, and he just looks broken, terrified even. He's praying to his father Odin because he knows his current power, even with Stormbreaker, is just not going to be enough to face whatever Doom is throwing at him. But the real key is in the specific words he uses. If you listen really carefully, right as Thor says "All Fathers," the score subtly shifts and you can hear the distinct crackle of lightning. This isn't just some dramatic music, you guys. This is an audio cue, and it suggests that once his prayer is granted, Thor himself is going to become the All-Father, unlocking a level of power we have never ever seen from him before. So let's put all 4 of these clues together. We've got the story arc, the ripple effect, the misdirection, and the power-up. And when you do, a single, epic narrative starts to take shape. This isn't just about a new villain anymore, it's about his origin story. You see how it all connects? It's perfect. The whole 4-part story of birth, survival, and death, that perfectly mirrors how Steve's choice to have a new life directly causes the destruction, the death of Victor Von Dooms. And this new villain is so powerful that heroes like Thor have to ascend to new god-tier levels, and Marvel is hiding the return of key allies like Tony Stark to even stand a chance in the fight.
Now, for a second, let's go back to that ominous voiceover from the third trailer. We see Magneto on screen, and naturally, we assume it's his voice. But the analysis from the Canadian lad proposes one final, absolutely fascinating twist.
The narration, it's deliberately ambiguous. While we see Magneto, we don't actually see his lips move with the words. So, what if you close your eyes and just imagine that line being delivered by a different voice? It fits perfectly with the film's true, hidden villain.
And here it is, the bombshell. The theory suggests that Robert Downey Jr. could be playing two roles: a younger Tony Stark in those flashback scenes with Steve, and the menacing, all-powerful voice of the new ultimate threat, Dr. Doom.
Ultimately, all these clues lead us right here, to one massive provocative thought. It completely reframes one of the most beloved endings in the entire saga, and it forces us to ask, what is the true cost of a hero's choice? And is a perfect life for just one person worth unleashing an absolute nightmare upon everyone else?